Good evening, everyone. We are the Group B, which assigned to tackle the Pigafetta's account on Magellan's journey, or also known as the first voyage around the world by Magellan in Antonio Pigafetta's account. So, at the end of this lesson, we will know the summary of the topic, what type of stories that being used, what are the arousing controversies, the relevance to the Philippine history, and to the new Filipino generation. And to conclude this topic, we will discuss also our insights, realizations, and summary to the Pigafetta's account on Magellan's journey. Next slide, please. Summary of the topic. Antonio Pigafetta was an Italian scholar, explorer, and studied navigation, among other things. Pigafetta joined the expedition to the Spice Island under the flag of King Charles I of Spain. He was a key player of one of the most amazing world exploration trips. Antonio took sail with Portuguese explorer Ferdinand Magellan. They circumnavigate the whole world. On September 20, 1519, Magellan set out from Spain to search Western Sea Passage to Indonesia's wealthy Spice Island. In 52 degrees toward the pole, they found the strait. This is called the Strait of Magellan. On November 28, 1521, Wednesday, they debouched from strait. During their voyage across the Pacific, there are 3 months and 20 days when they have nothing to eat, any kind of fresh foods, only biscuits. Saturday of dawn, March 16, 1521, Magellan arrived at the Philippines. This is 300 leagues from the island of Lutgruni, which is an island of Samar. On March 18, 1521, Magellan and Pigafetta, together with their companions, landed in the island of Homonhon. The friendly natives come from neighboring islands brought food, and together they feasted for one day. On March 22, men came bringing coconuts, sweet oranges, a jar of palm wine, and cock. They saw the Dato of Island wearing tattoos and old earrings in the large hole of earth. They stayed for more than a week, wherein every day his captain took them a coconut water to the sick. They landed in Limasawa on March 28, whereof they saw a small boat called Buluto approaching them. After 2 hours passed, they saw the Balanghao, a large boat. The next day, it was Holy Friday until Easter Sunday came. It was the last day of the month. Magellan and his companions came in the Limasawa, where the first mass was held, led by Father Pedro Valderrama. Subsequently, they arrived to Zubu at the noon of April 7. On the following day, they conducted the mass baptism, and eventually Mactan affair happened on April 26. Magellan died against the natives of Pulapu. Out of 49 men of Magellan, there were only 18 remains who ran out, escaped, and lived Magellan at the shore. On the succeeding year, after the Magellan died, the voyage returned to Spain. They left island of Timor on February 11, 1522. Victoria ship, under by Juan Sebastian Elcano, was the only ship among the 5 ships managed to return to Spain on September 6, 1522. To sum it all, many happened during the first voyage of Magellan, according to Pigafetta. They encountered various boats and people. As the day passed by, they had traded several items and equipment and formed friendship to others, and as well as religious belief.
So the type of source that we have found is a primary source, which we base it into Antonio's account or Antonio Pigafetta's account. So as we all know, during the expedition, he served as Magellan's assistant and keep an accurate journal, which later assisted him in translating the in translating it into a Cebuano language. It is the first recorded document concerning the language. And we also have the basis of reading in Philippine history by Nicolas Zafra, and it is actually a written source, especially a published document, which Pegapeta's account was originally the written source. Next slide, please. Written source that it shows in the book of Nicolas Zafra, which is the timeline of the first voyage. So these sources that we have found is very important to our Philippine history as it promotes better understanding of the past events in the eyes of Antonio Pigafetta. With his writing, we are able to appreciate the first civilization of the Philippines and the way they live. We realize that early Filipinos, they are welcoming with their visitors and they exchanged various stuffs and position as a gesture of respect and admiration. And all of those information was gathered from Antonio Fegapeta's account.
Controversies about the topic. So for a recap, the site of the first mass happened on March 31, 1521 in an Eastern Sunday because it was Holy Week that time and officiated by Father Pedro de Valderrama. So the first mass symbolizes the birth of Christianity in the country. Next slide. So according to Antonio Pigafetta, the the site of the first mass is in Mazawa Island. So looking at the present places in our country, there is no Mazawa Island. So the claims are Limasawa in Leyte, second Masao in Butuan. Next slide. So in Limasawa Leyte, this is widely accepted by historians because according to Pigafetta, he had given coordinates of the said island and it boils down to Limasawa Leyte. So because of this, it is approved by CCP or the Central Cultural Central of the Philippines. So the second claim that Masao Butuan, the king is weak because of insufficient evidence. So they don't have enough evidence to prove their claim because they can never reach Mindanao because Butuan is in Mindanao. And also, Butuan has a river and Pigafetta should at least mention it to his account, but it never happened at all. In conclusion, the final verdict of CCP is that the first mass in the Philippines happened in Limasawa, Leyte.
The relevance of First Voyage Around the World to the Philippine history is that it gives logical information, cultural, artistic, religious practices. As we all know, it helped us to discover not just the places, but also the language, different cultures, civilization, providing exchange and achievement in commerce, but also the people that we have here in the Philippines.
The relevance of the topic to the Filipino generation. Everyone knows Magellan traveled through the ocean and discovered the beauty of the Philippines. Little did we know, Filipino are already living peacefully in the beautiful island before he came. The Spaniards brought a lot of realization of knowledge to us. They say Magellan is the first person who came and discovered the Philippines. Do you know that they are not the only one who reached the satisfaction? We Filipino receive most of the benefits of what they did. So according to John Spence, every single thing that has ever happened in your life is preparing you for a moment that is yet to come. Magellan came to the Philippines for us to search for more and to appreciate the beauty of our country. So the question is, what is the important what is the impact of Magellan to us, to this generation? So Magellan introduces Catholicism, inspire to explore and learn in our own country and others. So in 14th century, Islam was the first religion that is introduced in the Philippines. So in the 16th century, there's a first Portuguese explorer named Ferdinand Magellan who introduces Catholicism in the Philippines in the island of Saint Lazarus. And the Magellan priest baptized the 800 people Cebuano, particularly in the Cebu, together with the birth of Catholic religion, and lots of churches were built. So traveling is only essential for trading before within the Asia. Personal, I Personally I believe Magellan inspired us, the Filipino, to explore and learn more about our own country and others too. So there's this generation loves to travel within the country and experience the things that is new to them. So because of Magellan, many people in this generation are trying to explore and dig deeper of what they did already know. Traveling is really important, but this generation must prioritize the travel to their own country. So learning is lifelong experience. Whenever or wherever you are, you can learn and you can explore new challenges in life. When the picture, for instances, when the picture is blurry, it makes us think deeper because of curiosity. It makes us too eager to search for the answer.
For individual summary or realization, Antonio Pigafetta played an important part in Ferdinand Magellan's voyage around the world as he was the chronicle of the said event. Pigafetta documented every part of their journey, started from leaving Spain, crossing the Pacific, landing in the Philippines, and going back to Spain. Because of this topic, I realized how significant the voyage to our history. Pigafetta's account on Magellan's journey truly helped us as we pictured out the pre-colonial life of ancient Filipinos in our country. Without his documentation, certain part of our history would be still unknown.
In the first voyage of Magellan around the world, Antonio Pigafetta serves an important instrument. He wrote down all what happened in the circumnavigate of Magellan. Upon studying this Magellan's journey using the account of Pigafetta, I realized that this is a led to the information of international dateline. Voyage also contributed to Asian and Europeans' knowledge and the universe as marked the world's space exploration. Additionally, this also promoted the exchange of multiple experiences such as scientific, cultural, and religious. Without Antonio Figafetta's account, we can even know how Magellan landed in the Philippines and how they explored the whole sea. Hence, it may be the Magellan's journey said to be the first globalization of the world. I guess that's all, so thank you.